Undead Unluck.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit, Brian.
The new series that we're
You're
picking
on the
up.
hot seat now.
Yeah, we did a
We're
series
live
reviews.
and direct on this podcast. We are about to find out how much work you did.
Yeah, we picked this up. We did a whole episode review that Brian was not present for. So, Brian, you caught up to Undead Unluck, yes?
Yeah.
You at least know some stuff.
Okay.
Some pointers.
Okay. What do you think about it, Brian? We didn't get your 2 cents about it.
No, yeah, all bullshit aside, just like,
I think
thoughts you have of the series.
Dude, I fucking love the creativity for the abilities in this series. It's just so fucking fun. Like the fight scenes and all that shit is just so fucking fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning is a little like, a little too much. Like the dude is like overtly fucking weird about shit.
Yeah, sexual harassing.
Yeah, exactly. Like shit like that was like, oh, you're too weird, dude. Stop being a freak. But it gets better, and the I guess the plot of it is really fucking interesting the way they go about it. I like the power system. I like, how they're called negators because they're like fucking they're just what is it? Like they're not they go against reality, right? That's
basically.
Yeah, they cancel out like the quote unquote rules of nature, which really go from something abstract to something very concrete and real because you find out that their world essentially is like fake.
Yeah.
So it is like a storybook with rules. So it went from something like, oh, that's cool to like, oh wow, all right. So not only is this super creative, it's not hard to wrap your mind around at this point. Like it's solid.
Yeah.
I like it a lot too. That's probably my favorite part about the series.
And the main character kind of looks like Smoker, but on crack.
It's funny, like when they did that whole 2-page spread where all the artists
really smoking. Yeah.
What the fuck are you smoking, Smoker?
Yeah, when they did the 2-page spread of all the artists drawing different One Piece characters, Undead Unluck guy drew Smoker. So I think you're right on that. But let's get into the new chapter proper. This is Undead Unluck chapter 47, Akira Kuno. And I guess I got to point out something I was wrong about. This mangaka artist character, I think I kept referring to him as a she. I don't know. It looked ambiguous. I mean, I went with the safety, but apparently he was a young boy who read manga with his mom all the time when he was a kid. It was basically a bedtime story for him. We get a little bit of a backstory into who this sensei character is. Not only just reading manga, but manga that he wrote when he was a child. It's a very little sweet opening page, actually, and then we cut to the immediate present where he is facing off against Unrepair. I forget this kid's name, but his law is Unrepair that he breaks. So he's basically there for information because she knows everything. She knows everything about this plot, and he's just out here like, I want to know everything that you know. Every part that you didn't draw out, that is. And Akira is just like, no way. I'm not going to let you take these guys down and all that stuff. So he starts to fight. I think he gets like his arm just like cut continuously through. He already lost one arm. And we get a little bit more of his flashback. One day when he was walking home from school, it seems like he discovered an artifact known as the G-Liner, which is basically a manga drawing ink pen. And the first touch, it can see the past and future events of the current time loop in its entirety. And basically, he's able to see the entirety of Undead Unluck from beginning to end, even. So he's like, whoa, this is cool. Negators, UMA, artifacts. It's a sci-fi extravaganza. Uma Thurman?
Okay.
Okay. Kill Bill 3?
G-Pen?
Yeah, and yeah,
but I'm a ghost.
he is stoked. So he starts running and then turns out like he bumps into somebody, but he phases directly through them. And he realizes at that same moment where he picked up the pen, he also became a negator. And his ability just basically wiped him out from being able to be seen. And nobody could find him, even his mom, who's like right there in front of him, and she's calling the police trying to find him. And it's kind of sad. He's literally there watching his mom panic and shit, like thinking that he's missing or lost or kidnapped or whatever. And no matter how loud or how much he tries to touch her, nobody will ever know. And
it's like some shit straight out of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's real sad, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I genuinely felt bad for the kid.
Yeah, and his mom is like falling apart, and she's like, "Please let Akira be alive somewhere, and please let him continue to draw the manga that he loves so much." And I mean, at some point, I guess the kid decides that he has to go. And he's like, well, I'm a negator, I guess, so I'll have this ability until I die. So should I just die then? I'm like, damn. It's a pretty heavy question to just ask casually. But no, he decides to just stay alive and draw manga and just get really good at drawing manga.
Which is cool because he felt a little bit of inspiration from the characters from the images of Undead and Unluck.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really nice little touch right there.
Yeah.
Like how he got inspired from his own kind of work or ideas.
Mm-hmm. So, he decided, like, you know what? I'm going to keep fighting until my dreams come true. And he considered actually writing Undead Unluck, but then decided, no, I want to write my own story. And he basically morphed the Undead Unluck story into this shoujo title called To You From Me. And he gave himself a pen name. And he watched as like his manga became beloved by a bunch of people, and it became super successful. And even to the point where his mom in a hospital bed, which I'm like, damn, is she dying? Picks up his manga, and is like, the art is quite lovely, isn't it? And I'm like, Undead Unluck, you touched my heart. And that's when we cut to the present, as Akira says, they are the reason I'm alive. And at that moment, as his arm is being lopped off, Andy and Yuko, right? Her name is Yuko, right? Fuko, sorry. Andy and Fuko emerge from the book. Or I guess Andy's turning back into a human from the book that he became. And the battle will continue next chapter. I like this chapter a lot. It was such a randomly very deep and sad story for what otherwise was kind of just like this, like, I'm your sensei and I'm just stronger than everybody, but it gives it a little bit more depth.
In a very direct way of giving it to us, too.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. By the way, did you notice that his new author name is Unknown? Unknown.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Unknown. That's his ability. That was
Unknown.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I guess that's his ability, is unknown, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, very surprisingly touching chapter. I wasn't really expecting that to be the very
surprisingly
next chapter.
touching.
Even for Undead
I hope
Unluck.
he don't die.
I mean,
he lost both his arms. I mean, he cut his first arm off. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder he's thinking right now is like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that just to show off. But yeah, I mean, that's all my thoughts. I really enjoyed this chapter. It was surprisingly deep not to say that Undead Unluck is not like emotionally gripping into a degree, but I did enjoy. I was kind of surprised by like how sad this was.
Man, the last 3 chapters were really decent. Actually,
mm-hmm.
They're pretty deep, especially when they were out west talking about death.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
oof.
Yeah, this series got it. It's got a lot of good qualities to it that deserve high praise.
Yep, super happy it's on the lineup. But
yeah,
that's all.
Pleasure
I
to keep going forward.